More drama for Secretary of Education Betsy DeVos. 18 attorneys general in the District of Columbia are suing her for suspending rules put in place to protect students from abuses by for-profit colleges. A lawsuit accuses her of illegally canceling an Obama administration policy set to take effect this month that protects students from predatory loan practices in higher education. The policy would help erase federal loan debt of student borrowers who were defrauded by for-profit colleges. The attorneys general want a U.S. District Court to declare the Education Department's delay of the rule unlawful. Massachusetts Attorney General Maura Healey is leading the lawsuit. She said this: since day one, Secretary DeVos has sided with for-profit school executives against students and families drowning in unaffordable student loans. Her decision to cancel vital protections for students and taxpayers is a betrayal of her office's responsibility and a violation of federal law. Secretary DeVos has called her decision to rescind the policy a regulatory reset. Let's go to our panel here. Shannon, I'll start with you. There are numerous for-profit colleges the Obama administration shut down that were essentially screwing students. They were sucking up money from federal loans and shoddy education, folks not able to even get jobs. And it makes no sense that DeVos would say, oh, let's do a reset. And these for-profit colleges are all excited, and we know she's working for a president who had a fake university, who got fined $25 million for having a fake university.
You know, I'm really kind of disappointed and concerned about the way the Department of Education is going. When you look at our urban cities and you look at poverty, you look at poor folks, you look at folks that are underskilled, the only way out of the hood is education. And when you do things that limit and just make it so much harder to be able to afford and get quality education, you might as well say, okay, I'd rather pay for entitlements that you talk about you want to cut out than help pay for you to get an education to be able to take care of yourself. That, to me, does not make sense.
The problem here, Barbara, is that many of these schools, again, what they're doing is some of them are publicly traded companies. What they're doing is they're focused on just getting more and more students in. They're not getting quality education. And they're just saying, okay, if you keep racking up student loans, we'll keep taking your money. And what the Obama folks said, no, let's stop it from happening. But DeVos is saying, oh no, let's just look at it all over again. The evidence is there.
Well, it looks too much like pay to play. Really, honestly, it looks like this is a deliberate attempt to help these schools to make money, that this is basically their kind of laissez-faire, philosophy of this administration, like the buyer beware, caveat emptor, all the rest of it. They're back to, these early 1900 type concepts. And what we need to do as voters is that we need to be holding our states accountable. It's a shame that all of the people who are suing Roland are Democrats. This should be a bipartisan issue. There's no doubt that Republican voters are being hurt by this. Republican, states are being hurt by these for-profits. People are graduating with people aren't even graduating. That's the problem.
But it's not just graduating.
They're not even graduating. All these loans.
When you look at the numbers here, when you look at students taking out so many loans, not able to complete school. And then when they went in and broke some of these, the Obama administration shut down several of these colleges and put them out of business because they were fraudulent universities.
Right. Absolutely. And as an educator, as a professor of education in a university, this particular situation strikes home for me because I would never put my students in a situation where they have to take out loans and they're not getting a quality education. Exactly. Furthermore, let's look at the fact that a lot of the people, by the numbers, who are taking out the loans, again, I'm going to continue to harp on this, are students of color. So for her to sit here and say that we need to reevaluate this when all the evidence is there, just continuously reminds us why this woman should not be the Secretary of Education to even begin with. And that's part of the problem, is when you put people in positions of power who have no place in that position, they are going to nefariously impact our students, and we're going to continue to have these conversations. And it is time for us to band together in a bipartisan manner to say, no, you cannot do this.
Well, and what's interesting here, this is a, pull this up, Shelley, go to my iPad. This is a story in Bloomberg April 3rd, 2017. Trump defends Obama's for-profit college crackdown. But what's interesting is that these for-profit colleges, their stock prices went sky high in anticipation of Trump becoming president. Even though he made this point here, now you have DeVos saying, let's reassess all of it.
Well, it's no different than what we saw with private jails, right?
Absolutely.
Their stock went up also. I mean, because this is the public policy of our country right now. It is to lock people up and not educate them.
See, if
people need a quality education.
If the education that they were talking about with all this predatory lending for the loans for education produced someone that graduated with a quality education that was able to be employed in any field or in the field they went to school for, that would be one thing. But when you have folks that don't know the difference, that are getting these loans and that are coming out of school still not with the skill set to be employed in the field they think they're going to be able to be employed in, for me that's the problem. If you want to charge what you want to charge, then at least provide what it is you're charging for.
Absolutely.
And again, under the Obama administration, they shut down ITT technical schools. There also were a couple of other for-profit colleges they also shut down. And so we'll see what happens next with that.
Weekdays on TV One.
I will never lie to you.
Oh my God.
Roland Martin.
He doesn't want to talk to us. He wants to ignore us.
Uncensored.
Hell no.
That ain't gonna cut it, boo.
Unapologetic.
No, that is fundamentally false. You are wrong.
Unfiltered.
He wants an America where we all look alike. He ain't talking about black people.
Unrelenting.
You better go work out, because you got a fight on your hands.
NewsOne Now with Roland Martin. Weekdays at 7 a.m. on TV One.